All right, people, we are back in the building. Go by the name of Tommy Guns, and I apologize. I know it's been a few days hiatus where I haven't posted. You know what I'm saying? Life been lifing, but we back, and we're gonna get into some topics today. The first being the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar swept the Grammys, but before I even get into Kendrick Lamar, let's get into Beyonce, her Grammy wins, her numerous Grammy wins, the fact that she's the most awarded Grammy winning artist in history, and specifically her winning album of the year and country album of the year. Even though the CMTs, the Country Music Awards, the CMAs, they didn't even invite her, or I don't think she even got nominated, and she definitely didn't win anything when it comes to that genre of music. As far as my opinion on Beyonce, I'm a musician. If you don't know, I've opened up for Jay-Z and Beyonce before on their Renaissance tour here in Germany when they came to Cologne. I've seen her show like very up close and personal. Very impressive show her and Jay-Z put on. She is a very talented artist. But I think the question is like, okay, she's talented, she's Beyonce, but is she overrated? And in my opinion, in my humble opinion, which is mine, I think yes, Beyonce is very overrated. Is she more talented than a Rihanna or Ariana Grande or a Taylor Swift? I don't think so. I think people have deified, if that's a word, Beyonce, and treat her like she's some kind of like deity and some kind of actual goddess that's walking around the planet just because she sings and rhymes words well and can dance. I think it's a little ridiculous. I think her fan base is a little overzealous, and I think she gets a lot of accolades. Just off the fact that she's like a talented black woman, and she must be praised. But that's neither here nor there. The album itself, when it comes to Beyonce's music, I feel like I tried to listen to Cowboy Carter. I tried to listen to Lemonade. I tried to listen to the Renaissance album, but I feel like Beyonce's music is so niche. You have to have either a certain bias to enjoy it, or you just have to be such a fan of hers that you will accept anything from her as long as it is presented in this grandiose way that she kind of presents things, but her music in itself is not, it's very eccentric. Like it doesn't really fit into if she wasn't Beyonce, it wouldn't really fit into the mold of like what the masses would accept as like great music and stuff. It's just like, I feel like a lot of the people that enjoy her stuff is just like, oh, it's Beyonce, and kind of whatever she decides to give me, I'm going to love and appreciate. But like, I don't really, and I'm not saying she has hit songs, but a lot of her hits are like very early in her career. And I guess in recent history, she's more focused on like albums and like whole projects because she's been chasing what she just won in the album of the year. But I feel like she maybe should have won it at a time in her career with maybe Lemonade or Renaissance or an earlier album. But in my opinion, I don't feel like Cowboy Carter deserves that accolade, deserves that Grammy. And I feel like a lot of people feel like that, but wouldn't say it just off the strength of her being Beyonce. And if you do say that, depending on what you look like, depending on your skin color, if you're a white person per se who doesn't feel like she deserves country album of the year, you're racist. You think black people don't deserve don't belong in country. You can't be subjective if you're a white person. If you're black and you don't like it, then you hate black women. It's just it's crazy. Let's look at some of the online reactions about the album. Let's see here. You already know what Jaguar Wright is probably going to say about it, but let's check it out anyway.
Let's be clear. The Cowboy Carter album is a piece of shit. But for the baby to win album of the year for Cowboy Carter, let's talk about how wrong that is. Why? Did the Grammys feel the need to pick up her self-esteem a little bit because the Country Music Awards didn't embrace that project? Is everybody forgetting that?
Damn sure didn't.
It's supposed to be a country album, and it wasn't acknowledged by any of the country community.
Sure wasn't.
But now that she won,
and I feel like the album, I tried to listen to it yesterday, people, but I couldn't get past many songs. My wife is a crazy Beyonce fan, and she doesn't really like the album. And I just feel like it wasn't even country. It's a lot of songs that don't even sound in the realm of the country genre on the album.
Grammy album of the year.
I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won album of the year.
The only thing the Grammys just...
Let's talk about that, because we can't forget that I think that was just that was last year, was it? Or like the last Grammys where Jay-Z got up there and was like, yeah, thanks for the Grammy, but how come y'all ain't gave my wife the one award that she wants yet? You know, me and my wife have everything in the world, all the money in the world, all the accolades. She has as a black woman, oppressed black woman, she has the most Grammys of all time. But boo-hoo, she don't got album of the year yet. What's wrong with y'all? And everybody else in the category, y'all don't deserve to be in a category with my wife because she's Beyonce. Like, stuff like that just rubbed me the wrong way. And then lo and behold, the next year, she wins album of the year for, in my opinion, lackluster country album.
Did is prove how irrelevant a Grammy is. Because giving her a Grammy award for that piece, and the simple fact that songs...
I wouldn't call it a piece of shit. Jaguar, if you don't know who Jaguar Wright is, she is a very critical person who thinks a lot of people in the industry, mostly Jay-Z and Beyonce and Diddy are like evil, devil worshiping people that, sex traffic everybody and do all kind of stuff. So she's not going to say anything great about Beyonce, but mostly I agree with her. I don't think she deserves that award for that album, but the Grammys is not voted on by the public. It's not like the fans aren't voting on it. It's like 13,000 like industry people, licking each other ass and, I'll vote for you for this, you vote for me for that, type stuff like that. It's like a lot of politics, and I think you can even buy a Grammy if you want, but that's all alleged. Let's look at some of the comments on this post. So we got, she couldn't win it in Country Music Awards, so hubby made sure she won at the Grammys. Shaking my head. Will somebody please tell this girl to be quiet and find something to do? I agree the album was garbage. I don't think it was garbage, but album of the year, country album of the year, nah, I don't think so. I don't usually agree with anything Jaguar says, but this time I'm on her side and completely agree with this. Jay-Z Jay-Z paid off the committee for the award. Beyonce sucks. Jay-Z paid for it. She doesn't suck. Definitely bought. Why are people playing the race card here? Has not a thing to do with it. Rigged means nothing. Rigged means nothing and should not be acknowledged as such. Whitney could sing with yeah. All right. Let's look at a few more reactions from people that I tend to agree with. Listening to the Cowboy Carter album again to make sure it still sucks after Grammy wins. Am I tripping, or does that not sound like country music? I know it's just a few seconds of one song off the album, but like, I think it's a lot of that on the album. And can it really be considered a country album? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Do you think that Beyonce deserved Country Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards, or Album of the Year, period? Let's debate about it in the comment section, man.
All right, y'all. Beyonce won Country Album of the Year, so I thought I'd play one of the songs off her album. It goes like this. Bounce on the shit dance. Bounce on the shit dance. Bounce on the shit dance. Bounce on the shit.
No hands.
All right, y'all. Beyonce.
I think I heard that part too. Somebody said Grammy worthy performance right there. Yeah, man. So, in conclusion, what do you think? Do you think Beyonce deserves Album of the Year or Country Album of the Year, or do you think it was bought, or do you think it's just a political thing that the great and wonderful Beyonce just has to win a Grammy at every Grammy Awards, or they're just afraid of the backlash that's going to come that they didn't give the greatest black woman in history her accolades for that year? Y'all let me know. Appreciate y'all for watching. We getting back into the swing of things, man. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and leave me a comment. I check all the comments. I reply to as many as I can. And yeah, man, this Quote Goes podcast. I go by the name Tommy Guns, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.